Hi everybody, this is Donna Lee with Stampin' and Scrappin' with Donna Lee, and I wanted to come and share with you some quick ornaments that I'm making using these round chalkboard disc. I picked these up at Michael's. They were having a sale quite some time ago, and I picked up some. And so I'm going to be using my Chalk Couture paste, and I am using the silkscreen transfer that is called A Child is Born, and I've gone ahead and cut these images out. I've got the baby Jesus in the manger, and then a medium-sized star, and then this little small star, and I'm not sure if I'm going to use the small one or not, but they're side by side. And I have already defuzzed this star, but I have not defuzzed the baby Jesus transfer, so we'll go ahead and do that. And I am going to be using white for the Jesus and the manger, and then for the star I am going to use, I might use the shimmer copper Chalk Couture ink, or I have the silver, I think, in the ink. Let me see. I do. I have the shimmer silver. So I sort of like the gold though, the copper, I mean. It's not gold, it's copper. This is what it looks like. This is the large star transfer from A Child is Born. And once that dries, the ink takes, let me read what it says. It says, permanent ink recommended for application on fabric decor items and heat resistant. Smooth, hard surfaces. Test a small area before applying. For best results, apply a thin, even coat of Couture ink using a squeegee over a chalk transfer. Smooth ink over all screened areas quickly, removing and washing transfer immediately after application. Permanent ink may stain work surfaces and transfer screen. Use a placard to secure lightweight materials in place and protect any materials prone to bleed through. Once completely dry, once completely dry, heat set design for 4 minutes each side to avoid bleeding and fading. Heat set using a medium iron with parchment paper as a barrier between iron and design. Do not freeze, do not eat. So that's how you do the ink. The paste, the Chalkology Chalk Couture paste, is washable, and it's only going to be permanent if you seal it with a sealer, like I would use a Krylon spray, which would put a seal over it. So let me defuzz this. We have our disc right here, and you know what? Let's see. I was thinking I could do something on the back. So I might do the Joy transfer on the back first, and then do, well, no, you've seen the Joy, so I don't need to do that. I'll come back once the star has a chance to dry, then I will come back and do something on the other side, because I want the ornaments to be double-sided. So I'm pulling this off the transfer. I'm just going to put it on my lint-free microfiber towel, or something that's not going to get lint. You want to remove some of the sticky, but not all of the sticky, because you want it to stick to your surface. Okay, so that one I have already defuzzed, so I can move my towel. So now we're going to make sure that that's clean. And I'm using my mat to center up the hole. And then I'm going to try and put the manger as close to the bottom as I can. And I'm gonna have to move this towards me, so sorry about that. And I'll try to keep my head out of your way. Okay, so I'm just looking through the screen to make sure that we're at the very bottom of the circle, the round disc. And I'm smoothing it out to make sure there are no air bubbles in the silk screen. So I'm going to show you a close-up so you can see the chalkboard through the screen, but you cannot see through the Couture teal that's on this transfer. So there are no air bubbles. We'll turn it to the side. Don't think that's an air bubble, but just in case. All right, so we have placed our transfer. And we have our white Chalkology paste. I'm going to take a little stir, a little makeup stir. Use the back of a spoon, whatever you have. You don't need anything special. You can use palette knives, whatever you have. So you want the consistency of yogurt or sour cream, and this is perfect consistency. So I'm going to put that down on my transfer. I'm going to take a squeegee, which is this, that has been cut in half, which is right here, and I'm going to quickly apply and I've just got paste on my chalkboard, but that's okay. It's an opportunity to show you how easy it is to clean, okay? And I'm also going to show you how to clean your transfers. So, all right, so we are ready to take the extra paste off of the transfer, putting it back in the jar, right there, and put that off to the side. This all cleans up with water. So I'm going to pick up 2 corners, not diagonal corners, but corner to corner. And I'm gonna turn this around, and you can see that I got chalk because it's on my finger. So I'm gonna use one hand, get both corners, and just pull it up. And it is perfect. It went down perfect. So we will let that dry. And I'm going to show you how to clean the transfer. I'm gonna grab another microfiber towel that I've been using, and I'm gonna clean that disc in just a minute because I want you to see that. Okay, so I'm placing my transfer down on my towel, and I'm actually going to grab this, a little bit of extra paste here that I could put back in my jar. Okay, so there's that. Now I have in my bag, I keep a little water mist bottle, just this is a Ranger one. I'm just gonna spritz my transfer, and I'm going to take a clean paper towel, and I'm going to clean the silk screen first. And I'm just rubbing it with my cloth, pushing any paste that is in the silk screen out. And now I'm going to come back and wipe off the transfer itself. So some colors are going to leave a stain if they sit. If you're working on a big project and you can't clean it right away, you want to lay it face down, sticky side up in a bowl of water and just let it float on top of the water. But it's okay because this needs to dry, and this gives me an opportunity to go ahead and clean my transfer. Cleaning your transfer is key to it lasting. Now, I wrote on the back that this was the baby Jesus, a child is born, ACIB, so that I know where it goes. And we're going to let this dry, but honestly it is dry. But I'm just gonna sit it right here. I'm just gonna lay it down, sit it right there. And I think the key here is just don't be in a hurry. And I'm talking to myself because I can do some serious getting in a hurry. Especially if I'm doing a live. For some reason, lives make me nervous. I don't know why. I guess because I know I can't edit them out. But anyway, I don't have time to do a whole lot of editing, so it's gonna have to be what it is. All right, so I've got some Q-tips. Cheap Q-tips, picked them up from the Dollar Tree. You get, I don't know, 200 for $1. So I'm gonna take that and put a little bit of water on my mat, get a little bit of water, and I'm just going to gently rub where that paste is. And I do have a little bit of line in there, but maybe when it dries it won't be as noticeable. So, okay. All right, so I'm going to wipe that off. I do have a bucket of water over there off camera. And let's see, do I want to use the shimmer gold? I sort of want to do this shimmer copper is what it is. It's not copper, it's not gold, but it looks that way. So this is what I'm gonna do. I'm going to take the medium star, and I have already defuzzed this, and I'm going to place it just under the little hole that's in the disc. And you'll see that I'm not going to let the star transfer go down on top of the manger with Jesus. Because it's not completely dry yet and I don't want to mess it up. But if I do mess it up, I can always come back and redo, and I just put my hands all in that shimmer copper, y'all. I have a thing about messy hands. Okay, so I'm just putting on the shimmer copper, just like so. I'm gonna wipe it up, put it back in the jar. Doesn't take much. This is a thinner consistency than the regular paste. So I'm gonna hold my disc down, pull that up. Look how pretty that turned out. There it is. Awesome. Okay, so now we're going to clean our transfer just like we did before. And yeah, this is the one I defuzz with. This is the one I clean with. Okay, so I'm sitting this down on my microfiber. I've got my paper towel. I'm going to give it a little spritz, and I'm going to clean the screen. I'm not worried about this glittery stuff that's kind of holding on to my transfer. I just want the screen to not have any of the shimmer copper left in it. So I'm pushing it through onto my cleaning towel. I'm going to pull it up. I'm just going to take a look at the back. I'm just going to clean it. Okay, thought I saw some shimmer in there, and then I'm just going to lay this down to dry right here on my mat, and I'm going to grab a disinfectant wipe. These are Dollar Tree Good and Clean disinfectant wipes. You get 24 wipes for $1. So I guess that's pretty good. Okay, so we have our nativity, our manger, Jesus in the manger, and the star. And we could come back and do some of the little stars because we have this little star transfer. But do I want to do that? I don't know. I think less is more maybe. So there is that one. And we've got Joy on this side. So this is dry. So I think what I'll do for this is get the Christmas tree transfer. Which I had cleaned and set off to the side. So I'm going to put it down and try to center it at the bottom. Just gonna put that down on my towel. There we go. All right. And I'm going to use the Garden Herb Green. And I need to get my towel up because I don't want to get paste all over it. Okay, so here we go. So this is a good consistency, so I'm going to grab a medium or a small squeegee cut in half. I'm going to pick up the paste, make sure I've got the consistency, it's good. And this is a lot, so I'm going to put some down, scrape this off. And, oh, I had that sitting on top of another one. Okay, so here we go. I'm just going to work it up to the top of the tree, not the star. So just getting that paste down And I don't want to have any lines in my tree, so just trying to get a nice even coat. I'm going to scrape it back into the jar. Okay, and I'll put that in that lid. And now I need to get a little bit of the shimmer copper, and really just a smidge. Okay, so here we go. So now we're ready. I'm going to get it by these two corners. I'm going to pull it up. Okay, and there we have it. There is our tree with a shimmer copper star, and I like it. And I'm going to grab my cleaning cloth, but I've got to make room for myself. That out of the way. Okay, so I'm going to put my transfer down on my cloth. I'm going to squirt where the screen is. I'm going to take a paper towel, find a clean section of the paper towel, and I want to push any paste that is still in the screen down into my cleaning cloth. So I will come back and clean the non-screen part of this transfer in just a minute, but I'm really concentrating on cleaning that screen. Okay, so now I'm going to put some more water on it, and I'm going to wipe it off. You can use just a plain paper towel or your disinfectant wipe. I'm just cleaning the outside of the transfer. And I'm pulling it off. And you can see for yourself how much of the chalk was in there. So you want to make sure that you clean that screen really well. That's the goal. And then once you've got it clean, you're going to sit it down, sticky side up, and let it dry. I'm just going to sit it over here. Okay. All right, so that is drying, and our medium star is dry. So I'm going to find my little backing sheet. I have put it somewhere. So this is for the Christmas tree, so I'm going to put that there. This is for the baby Jesus. Let me see if baby Jesus is dry. It looks like baby Jesus is dry. So we will put that down right back on the backer sheet. So the backer has a dull side. That's where you write the description of that transfer, what it is, and the initials of what transfer set it came with. That way you know where it goes. Okay. And if you need more backer sheets, those can be ordered. Okay, so we have that. So I'm looking for, oh, here it is on the floor, of course. Yep. Medium star and Let's see. I'm just going to wipe it off. Okay, so I'm going to put it back on its backing sheet, and it is ready to use again. So here is the tree, and it's not dry yet, and this is the other side, which is joy. So we're going to lay that down and let it dry. Now anything that has the shimmer ink on it is going to take a little bit to dry. So I'm not going to be able to do the other sides, but I might come back and do them tomorrow. Well, actually I won't, because I'll be trick-or-treating with my grandchildren. So, but when I get them done, I will post them on my Facebook page and maybe add them to the end of this video. Okay. All right. Well, thanks for joining me today. And if you have any questions, please reach out to me. And my page is chalkcouture.com/chalk in paste. And I'll put a link of that into the video. Thanks for coming by, and I'll see you soon. Happy crafting. Bye-bye.